Recently I've been hearing a lot about the PRS Silver Sky SE, and some of the backlash has been about how much cheaper it might be to buy a Fender Mexican player guitar. So this is sort of maybe the Mexican kind of, you could think of this as like the standard of the range, right? And this is maybe a good benchmark for what you might expect from a guitar at the £500-ish price range. That's why I bought this, and I thought maybe this could be a good comparator for guitars, you know. So if a guitar is better than this at this price range, I'd say okay, well that's a good buy. And if it's not as good as this at this price range, or you know above, then you think okay, well I could easily pick up a Fender player from pretty much any shop. So maybe this is like a good benchmark for a guitar. So I'm gonna pick it up, play it, and see what I think. So candidly, when I was seeing people saying about, you know, the Silver Sky SE is overpriced because it's like £850 in the UK, and you can get a Mexican Fender for sort of half that, my initial thought was, well, how good is a Mexican Strat anyway? And I was thinking maybe there's a little bit of sort of brand snobbery there. At this price range, it's an incredibly competitive market. You know, you could think about something like the Sire guitars, which I think are incredibly good value at this price range, or you could think of, you know, a myriad of other options before you even come to the Fender range. And I was looking at the Fender kind of Mexican range yesterday, and it's a little bit difficult to pass what is what out of all that lot. There's an awful lot of choice at the range. Pau Ferro is what they're using on the fretboards these days, not rosewood, and they also use maple. Alnico 5 pickups. We've got a 2-point trem, which is the same kind of issue that I have with the Silver Sky SE. I personally would like a vintage trem there, but for whatever reason, both the US standards and the Mexican standards, which is what this player series basically is now, have opted to go down the 2-point trem route. Aside from that though, I've not really found any particular issues. You could see the fretwork is probably okay, not stunning but fine, and I'm not getting sort of snagging frets or notes or anything. Same on this side. I think you'll see it's like tidy-ish. Certainly nothing disappointing about it. And tone-wise, I think it's doing a lot of good Stratty things. And I think that can be one of the things that a Strat copy can sometimes get a little bit wrong. You know, they don't necessarily always sound super Stratty. Sometimes the pickup choices are a bit odd, a bit hot. But I feel like the Fender player is doing that Strat job, and it's really quite fun to play. It's got a nice feeling satin neck. You can take a look at that here. A nice shape to the neck as well. Chunkier than the sort of Squire classic vibe stuff. Like a medium C probably would be how I'd call it. So I don't know if there's a massive difference between, say, this Mexican player and like an American standard. I guess maybe that could be a video worth looking at. But over the years, of course, the US and Mexican range, it changes all the time. It's a little bit hard to keep track of, but I guess the basic question is, when you spend £500 on a new Fender, or 600, I think it's between sort of 550 to 600 the price on these, can you expect to get a good guitar? And I think you should, and this one I'd quite happily play. So you'll be seeing this in a few more videos, and I want to do some direct comparisons with the competition. So Sires, you'll see me doing a comparison with the PRS Silver Sky SE when I can get it. And yeah, let me know if you've got any suggestions for sort of videos with this. Do you like seeing people playing what is apparently, according to Fender, an entry-level guitar? And I think some people are a bit sniffy about calling the PRS SE an entry-level guitar given the price tag on it. Sort of £200 to £400 is to me that would be like the upper limit of an entry level beginner guitar, and I don't think the Player Series really fits into that bracket even. So at £850, I think that's way above the mark. So also let me know in the comments if you got like a cut-off point where you would call something a budget guitar or entry-level guitar, student suitable guitar. For me, I think £900 is, or 850 is way above that, and I really probably think even 570, like this guitar, is a bit above entry level in terms of pricing. So probably I'd be looking more around the sort of Squier Classic vibe price range for that. Also, I guess I could do a comparison with the Ibanez AZES or AZES. But yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. I bought this guitar with my own money in the interest of doing sort of like fair comparisons and fair reviews. That's what I'm interested in this channel. So hopefully if that's what you're interested in, you would return the favour and give an old like and subscribe, leave a comment and let me know what you reckon. Did it sound like me playing this guitar? Cheers!